He told me how you sold me to him for gold.
No.
Our love was supposed to be sacred. You never listened!
I was thinking that both of you guys would do it.
If it is slower and we're going with it, motivated by that movement.
3, 2, 1, action.
Not by the grace of God! Like, each of these big statements need to be a little bit louder than the last one.
Nosferatu is a 2024 American Gothic horror film written and directed by Robert Eggers, a remake of the 1922 version and an adaptation of the 1897 novel Dracula.
Without the costume and without the prosthetics, you feel very ridiculous trying to perform him. But it was fun exploring it. It's abstract and you dissect the character and try to figure out kind of what the essence of this thing is. But when you put on the makeup the first time and the costume, it was like, okay, well, I don't need to do as much.
It stars Bill Skarsgard, Nicholas Hoult, and Lily Rose Depp, and others. While development began in 2015, there were a lot of ideas on the table. This was the same year the remake was announced. Nosferatu actually came about because Murnau and his producers decided to make a film about Dracula, but without using Bram Stoker's 1897 novel in order to avoid paying royalties. The producers therefore changed some small details to avoid problems with the copyright holders.
But when we were in the chapel, we made these vacuum-formed rat mats that were covered in furry fake rats and then had the real rats on top of that.
Rats, don't always do what they're told on set, so it was great to have them. We would use them where we could, and even if we ended up replacing them, we'd have a really good reference of how they moved, how it was lit, how they respond.
Today we're going to go behind the camera and see what was changed and how they put this film together.
This works, the coat looks good in this.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good, okay.
That was, the girl, she was perfect. Suddenly, he became Orlock, and there was a kind of darkness and heaviness that was different.
Teeth, no. Again, that's another thing. Teeth. He didn't want them to be the classic fanged kind of vampiristic teeth. And he didn't want them too ratty either. We found a way of having something in between where they're gnarled and they're slightly broken, but they're sharp.
But before we get into more of these moments, today's trivia question: what century was the 1897 Dracula book character from? Leave your guesses in the comments down below and stick around till the end of the video to find out if your answer was correct. Eggers and his director of photography and longtime friend went into more detail about how they think through scenes, specifically when it comes to creating dread. Some of the most impactful scenes in Nosferatu are delivered as single-take shots, with the camera progressing through one scene composition after the other.
Into the darkness.
Oh yeah. It's her, all right. It's her.
Most of my time is hanging out with the prosthetics people. Head and hands were about 3 hours, and when there's a full body one, 6 hours. I spend so much time in that chair. They're next level, and they're also good people, which is important when you spend that much time with them. Sitting doing vocal warm-ups for 2 hours, like, it's a weird place to be in for everybody.
When there are fewer cuts, tension builds naturally as a person watches a scene. However, to accomplish this effect, it requires the camera and therefore the audience's viewpoint to act as the center of the setup. Their combined shooting style requires a series of long, complicated moves to ensure that the camera remains in position to create that immersive effect.
Tell me what frame you would like for the beginning.
Out, out, out. 3, 2, 1, action. This looks
should be nice.
this looks really bad.
Chiseled.
This looks like a banana instead of like backlit blood. Let's find the biggest glob. Maybe just thin it out a little bit.
As I share my excitement for this film, I want to mention we are currently doing a giveaway. Share what you were most excited for with this project, and the best comment will win a $25 Fandango gift card where you can purchase a full movie with added bonus features. Comment down below and one winner will be chosen.
Going into this hysterical, shaking, convulsing fit, Lily did a lot of work pushing that forward and really finding it in her own body. And she had to make a really strong, grotesque demon face to the camera, and she really went for it. She drooled, her tongue went out, her eyes were rolling, she was making the most hideous faces, and I'm really proud of the work that she's done to reach that level.
Willem Dafoe, who plays Professor von Franz in the movie, provided the actor's perspective on how it impacts their craft, saying, "These shots are designed, and then you have to bend yourself into accomplishing the shots, but it's challenging. Luckily, the cast have the ability to do the craft of very difficult choreography with the camera." Bill Skarsgard's terrifying look for Nosferatu didn't come to life easily. After the 34-year-old actor joked in a clip that him getting his costume adjusted breaks the illusion, Lily Rose Depp and Willem Dafoe also explained what it was like to see Skarsgard in the Orlock getup.
We also hooked him up with Ausa Juniusdottir, a friend of mine who's an opera singer, to lower his voice an octave.
I would just kind of walk around and practice some Mongolian throat singing to try to stay in that kind of cadence.
We're checking and we're shooting next time, please.
As Eggers explained, creating the look of Orlock was a challenging task. He is going to be a dead Transylvanian nobleman, and Bill has a very boyish face, he said, adding that he worked on sketches and digital paintings before Skarsgård took things from there. Eggers discusses the challenge of creating Count Orlok's sinister appearance in the film. Skarsgård reportedly spent 6 hours in the makeup chair to get his look just right.
The challenge was all of it. I'm a physical person, and I was like, I don't need to do anything. The prosthetics looks amazing, the costumes look amazing, the camera is framed like a freaking painting. I just have to be there, and do my thing, of course. But when you work with this level of talent on every single department, everything here is at the highest level.
Dedicated to authenticity, director Eggers previously revealed that they used 5,000 real rats in the movie, meaning that if you see a rat scamper by in the background of a shot or in the foreground, it's real, although they eventually thin out and become CG rats in the background.
We had 2,000 rats, live rats, that were used in the film. A great portion of them were actually trained. In the scene where they come off the shipwreck, those rats were trained on a buzzer to run up off the port.
Rats, don't always do what they're told on set, so it was great to have them. We would use them where we could, and even if we ended up replacing them, we'd have a really good reference of how they moved, how it was lit, how they'd respond.
Like with the rats, Eggers' dedication to curating a film that feels like it really takes place in the 19th century led him to a somewhat orthodox lighting technique. Production reportedly used hundreds of candles to light the Transylvanian set scenes in the movie. And as far as the answer to our trivia question, Bram Stoker's Dracula, the iconic 1897 tale of a vampire from Transylvania, is often thought to be inspired by a formidable 15th century governor from present-day Romania named Vlad the Impaler.
When you stood in the castle hall with the lighting, it looked completely real.
With the great hall and hallways and bedchamber, we wanted it to be like Orlock himself, but crumbling.
But we wanted to turn this around to you guys. What do you think about all these moments? Which one was your favorite, and what was your favorite part of this film? Let us know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Make sure you're subscribed with notifications on for more videos just like this. That's it for today though. We'll see you all next time with a brand new video. Bye guys.
It's really beautiful. It's a really cool shot.
Am I far enough out in the window? Yeah, right?
How do you make the sun move? You know, we had a motorized and rotating mirror.
I was just saying, move up the 2x3 net. That'll move up the shadow here, right?